Yung last sa deferrals ay depreciation of property and equipment. O, di ba meron tayong property, plant, and equipment? So, yun ay mga nagde-depreciate, di ba? Except for land. Okay? So, when an entity acquires non-current assets such as buildings, vehicles, computers, or office furnitures, it is basically buying or preparing for the usefulness of that asset. And these assets help generate income for the entity. Therefore, a portion of the cost of the asset should be reported as expense in each accounting period. So, yun yung tinatawag na depreciation expense. So, proper accounting requires the allocation of the cost of the asset over its useful or estimated useful life. So, the estimated amount allocated to any one accounting period is called depreciation or depreciation expense. Okay? So, meron tayong 3 factors na kailangan yung tandaan pagdating sa depreciation. So, ito yung acquisition cost, scrap value or residual value or salvage value. Pare-pareho yung tatlo na yon, and yung estimated useful life. Okay? So, yung acquisition cost class, ito yung tatandaan ninyo, it is the amount paid or liability incurred when the asset is acquired. Let's say, bumili ka ng building, 1 million, so ang acquisition cost niya ay 1 million. So, kung magkano mo siya binayaran or kung hindi mo binayaran ay inutang mo, so kung magkano yung inirecord natin na yon as building or kung anong property and equipment yung pinurchase natin. Ang tawag doon ay acquisition cost or yung asset cost. Yung pangalawa, scrap value, residual value or salvage value. Pare-pareho silang tatlo. Ano naman yun? The estimated value of the asset at the end of its economic or useful life. Let's say yung building natin, magagamit lang natin siya for 10 years. And after 10 years, ang value niya na lang ay 100,000. So, after 10 years, magkano na lang yung value niya? 100,000. So, ang tawag doon, yun yung scrap value or residual value or salvage value, yung 100,000. At the end ng useful life, magkano na lang yung value ng asset. Okay? So, parang kunyari, sa cellphone mo, let's say, sabi mo, itong cellphone ko hanggang 5 years lang to eh. So, but pagdating ng 5 years, ang value niya pa or may bebenta mo pa siya at 1,000. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung scrap value or residual value or salvage value. Okay? Estimated useful life naman is the estimated length of time usually stated in years that the asset can be of use. Kung ilang taon mo naman siya magagamit yung asset. Okay? So, let's say, sabi natin, yung building natin, magagamit natin hanggang 10 years. So, ibig sabihin, ang useful life niya or estimated useful life niya ay 10 years. Let's say, yung cellphone mo, sabi natin, magagamit mo siya hanggang 5 years. So, ang estimated useful life niya ay 5 years. Okay? So, yan, huwag kakalimutan, cost, residual value, salvage value, or scrap value, and yung useful life. Kasi, iyan ang kailangan natin para makuha natin yung depreciation expense. Okay? So, pagdating sa pag-compute ng depreciation, maraming method ang ginagamit natin. But dito, sa basic accounting nyo, financial accounting and reporting, ang i-discuss lang natin ay straight line method. So, ano yung formula pag straight line method ang ginamit natin para makuha yung depreciation? Annual depreciation, ibig sabihin, yan yung depreciation for 1 year, no? So, acquisition cost minus residual value divided by estimated useful life. Okay? Plus dito, maaari kayong magkamali pag sinunod-sunod nyo yan sa calculator nyo. Let's say, acquisition cost minus residual value, tas divided by useful life. So, mamamali kayo. So, pwedeng ganito lang. Pag nag-compute kayo, acquisition cost minus residual value equals divided by, kung ano yung magiging answer nun, divided by estimated useful life. Huwag nyong dediretsuhin eh. Kasi 'di ba meron tayong MDAS, so 'di ba yung inuuna muna imumultiply niya muna, tapos i-divide, tapos addition, and yung last ay subtraction. Kasi ito, ang dapat na makuha mo na acquisition cost minus residual value muna. So, yung answer doon, yun yung i-divide natin ng useful life. So, once na makuha nyo na yung depreciation expense, yung amount niya, so, ang adjusting entry lang sa depreciation, ito, madali lang. So, ang entry lang natin, debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. Okay? So, yan lang yung adjusting entry pagdating sa depreciation. So, mas madali lang kasi isa lang yung tatandaan nyo na debit and credit. So, yung amount lang, yung wag kakalimutan kung paano makuha, acquisition cost minus residual value divided by estimated life. Okay, estimated useful life. So, example sa depreciation. So, on October 4, 2021, GB Commercial acquired air conditioning unit for office use costing 100,000. The estimated useful life is 5 years and a residual value of 10,000. So, pag ang adjusting period natin ay December 31, ulitin ko, pagdating din sa depreciation, tingnan ninyo kailan yung adjusting period ha. Kasi pwedeng October ng katapusan, October 31 or kaya December 31. So, dito, sa example, let's say December 31 yung adjustment natin. So, ano ang entry lang? Ano ang adjusting entry lang? Madali lang, depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. So, ang tanong dyan, magkano? So, yung i-record natin as depreciation. So, yung formula lang natin na acquisition cost minus residual value divided by useful life. Okay? So, dito, magkano yung acquisition cost? 100,000. Ayan yung binayad natin nung October 4, 2021. Okay? Magkano yung cost ng aircon? 100,000. So, itong 5 years, ito yung estimated useful life. And yung 10,000, ito yung residual value. Minsan sasabihin, worthless na after 5 years yung aircon or yung property and equipment. So, ibig sabihin, ang residual value niya ay 0. Or kung hindi nagsabi kung magkano yung residual value, so i-assume nyo na ang residual value or yung salvage value niya ay 0. But kung given, kung meron, so ibig sabihin, ito yung ima-minus natin dun sa acquisition cost. Okay, oops, teka lang. Kailan yung adjusting period December 31? Kailan natin binili? October 2021. So, ibig sabihin, ang ide-depreciate natin ilang months? From October to December 31. Okay, teka lang. Nakita nyo October 4 to. So, pag ganyan, class, hindi tayo nagko-compute ng depreciation ng kada araw. No, ikababalo ng accountant kung pati yung days ay kinocompute yung depreciation. Sa dito, kapag 1 to 15, let's say, ang acquisition niya ay from October 1 to 15, so ang i-assume natin na binili siya as if October 1. Okay? So, kapag 16 to 31, let's say, binili natin siya ng October 18, as if binili mo naman at the end ng month, October 31. So, ibig sabihin, bilang nun, yung susunod na buwan na. Okay? So, merong ganun ha. Kaya pag meron kayo nakita na hindi 1, so, ang titingnan ninyo, kung 1 to 50 ba yan, as if nung month na yon, yung start ng month na yon. Or, kapag 16 to 31, so as if yung end nung month na yon, October 31. Okay? So, ganun siya. Meron kayong makikita na ganun na problem or na transaction. So, kuhanin muna natin kung magkano yung depreciation expense natin. Okay? So, lagay muna natin yung formula natin dito. So, para makuha natin kung magkano yung depreciation niya for 3 months, okay, from October to December 31, so yung formula, acquisition cost, ito yung 100,000 minus salvage value or residual value of 10,000 divided by yung useful life niya. Ang useful life ay 5 years. Okay, class. Pagdating sa useful life, ganito gagawin ninyo. Pag ang dine-depreciate nyo ay months, hindi buong year. So, ang denominator na gawin nyo ay months para mas madali. Okay? So, itong 5 years, pag kinonvert natin sa months, so 5 times 12 months kasi sa isang taon ay may 12 months, kaya magiging 60 months. So, ito ang nakuha mo dyan ay, ano yan, depreciation niya monthly. Okay? Monthly depreciation times 3 months. Kasi pag ang dinivide mo dito ay 5, ibig sabihin ang nakuha mo dyan ay yung annual depreciation. So kapag ganoon kasi, ang gagawin mo, 100 minus 10,000 divided by 5 years, tapos ang gagawin mo times 3 over 12, i-over 12 mo pa. So, pwedeng mas madali kung i-convert mo na sa months kasi months naman yung kukuhanin natin na depreciation. Kung years naman, let's say 2 years or let's say 1 year yung kukuhanin mo, so divided by 5 na lang din dito, 5 years. Kasi isang buong taon naman yung kukuhanin mo. Okay, but kung saan kayo mas madadalian, basta pareho tayo na lalabas na 4,500. So itong 3 months, ilang months mo siya i-depreciate from October to December. So October, November, December, kaya 3 months. So ito, ibig sabihin 4,500 yung depreciation niya for 3 months. So, kaya ang entry, depreciation expense and credit, accumulated depreciation. Okay? So, pwede rin naman yung isa na sabi ko nga, ito, pakita ko sa inyo yung pareho lang din yan. So, pwedeng ganito naman. So, 100,000 minus 10,000, okay, equals, so 90,000 divided by 5 years, ito yon divided by 5, lalabas 18,000, yun yung annual depreciation. Pag kinuha natin yung 3 months dyan, so anong gagawin natin? Times 3 over 12. So, alalabas din is 4,500. So, kung saan kayo mas madalian eh. So, dyan ako, ang ginawa ko dito, kinonvert ko na agad sa months. Kasi para yung months din ay kinukuha natin, ito yung depreciation natin ay for 3 months lang. So, kaya ito, pag kinuha natin yan, so ganito lang, 100,000 minus 10,000 equals, so divided by 60 months, so lalabas 1,500. Ibig sabihin, dinivide mo ng months yun, so ibig sabihin yun yung good for 1 month times 3 months, so lalabas din 4,500. Okay, so pareho lang naman sila kung saan kayo mas madadalian. So, ganyan lang siya para makuha yung depreciation. Okay, itong accumulated depreciation, guys, ay asset account siya. Kaya lang ang tawag sa kanya contra asset. Bakit? Kasi deduction siya dun sa asset. So, kung ito ay aircon, so dito nililes yung aircon na 100,000, ililes mo yung 4,500 na accumulated depreciation. So, nasa asset siya, but contra asset kasi deduction siya. Okay? So, makikita nyo din kasi ulit yan kapag naggawa na tayo ng financial statement. So, itong expense, so expense account yan. Okay, so ito ang accumulated depreciation ay asset account. So, kaya lang contra asset kasi deduction siya sa property and equipment. Hi guys, so after ng deferrals, ang i-discuss naman natin ay accrual. So sa accruals, may dalawa tayo dyan, accrued revenue or accrued income and accrued expense. So unahin muna natin yung accrued revenue or accrued income. So pag sinabi nating accrued revenue, it is a revenue that is already earned but not yet collected when the accounting period ends. So, ibig sabihin, na-earn na natin. Paano natin masasabi na na-earn na natin? Kapag naka-render ka na ng service or naka-perform ka ng service or naka-deliver ka ng goods. But not yet collected. So, ibig sabihin, nag-render ka na ng service pero hindi mo pa siya nakokolekta. So, kapag ganyan, ano yung adjusting entry natin? Ito, mas madali itong tandaan kasi ito lang yung tatandaan nyo na adjusting entry. Unlike dun sa deferrals, di ba? Merong dalawang method, asset method and expense method. And yung sa unearned ay liability and revenue method. So dito, isa lang, ito lang ang adjusting entry natin. So, ang tatandaan, pag meron kang accrued revenue, ang entry natin, debit receivable and credit revenue or income. So, ito kasi depende sa accounts na gagamitin. So, titingnan nyo yung chart of accounts. So, usually, ang ginagamit dito ay accounts receivable. But minsan, specific yung receivable. Let's say, interest receivable. So, ganun din sa revenue or income. So, minsan, ang ginagamit ay service revenue or service income. So, pwede rin naman specific interest income or interest revenue. Okay? So, basta pag accrued revenue, ang adjusting entry natin ay debit, receivable, and credit revenue or income. Okay? Bakit ito yung adjusting entry natin? Bakit receivable yung debit at bakit revenue or income yung credit? Kasi sabi natin pag accrued revenue, already earned. O, 'di ba pag na-earn na natin or naka-render ka na ng service, so anong ine-entry natin or anong accounts yung affected doon? So revenue or income. So we have to recognize or record the revenue, 'di ba? So naalala revenue recognition principle, once na nag-render ka na ng service, so dapat nagre-record na tayo or nagre-recognize tayo ng revenue. Okay, regardless kung naka-receive ka ng cash or hindi. Okay, so kaya credit revenue but not yet collected. So kung hindi pa natin nakokolekta yan, so ibig sabihin magre-record ka ng receivable. So meron kang marireceive dun sa client mo kasi nag-render ka ng service, hindi ka pa nabayaran. Kaya ang entry, ang adjusting entry, tatandaan, debit receivable and credit revenue or income. Okay. Next is accrued expense. So pag sinabi naman nating accrued expense, it is an expense that is already incurred but not yet paid when the accounting period ends. So ito already incurred na siya. So ibig sabihin meron na tayong expense, 'di ba? Kung naalala niyo yung expense recognition principle, once na nagamit, dapat mag-record ka ng expense. But hindi pa natin siya nababayaran. So, kung hindi pa natin siya nababayaran, so ibig sabihin, meron kang liability, meron kang utang. Kung naalala ninyo yung accrued expense, isa yan sa dalawang accounts na pinatanda ko sa inyo na kasama sa liability, walang payable but included as liability. Diba? Yung accrued expense and unearned revenue. So, ito, accrued expense already incurred but not yet paid. So, nagamit na natin pero hindi pa natin siya nababayaran. So, ang tawag doon ay accrued expense. Usually kasi guys, nagkakaroon tayo ng cash payments at regular intervals. Kunyari, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually. So, ganun tayo magbayad. But what if yung accounting period natin ay mag-e-end nang hindi natapat dun sa cash payment natin? So, kaya kailangan nating i-adjust or kailangan natin magkaroon ng adjusting entry para mag-reflect or para ma-record yung expense na nagamit or na-incur na natin and makapag-recognize ka ng liability kasi hindi mo pa siya nababayaran. So, kaya ang adjusting entry pagdating sa accrued expense ay debit expense and credit payable. Okay, so debit expense kasi nagamit na natin, so dapat i-record natin as expense. And hindi mo pa nabayaran kaya ang i-record natin ay payable. Kapag tinignan ninyo yung accrued revenue and accrued expense, magkabaliktad sila, di ba? So accrued revenue, debit receivable, and credit income or revenue. Ang accrued expense, debit expense, and credit payable. Diba? Yung kabaliktaran na receivable ay payable. So, yung kabaliktaran na expense ay revenue. So, ibig sabihin, magre-record ka ng accrued revenue kapag ikaw si seller. Okay? Magre-record ka ng expense, ito accrued expense, kapag ikaw naman si buyer. Okay? So, makikita nyo yan saan? Sa transaction. So, may mga clues naman doon. So, para makita kung ang ire-record ba ay accrued revenue or accrued expense. So, pag accrued revenue, ikaw yung nag-render na service, hindi ka pa binayaran. Kapag accrued expense, ibig sabihin tayo yung gumamit ng expense or dapat na mag-record ng expense pero hindi pa natin siya nababayaran. Okay? So, ulitin lang. Pag accrued revenue, ang adjusting entry lang natin, debit receivable and credit revenue or income. Pag accrued expense, ang entry natin, debit expense and credit payable. Etong expense and payable, so depende kung anong account yung gagamitin. Pag specific, so let's say kunyari rent expense, so debit rent expense. So kung payable, pwedeng rent payable or kaya general accounts payable. So depende dun sa account titles na gagamitin natin na nasa chart of accounts. Okay? Example ng accrued revenue. Suppose that wedding SARAS agreed to arrange a rush but simple civil wedding for a madly in love couple in the afternoon of May 31. O mapapasana all kayo dyan, no? So the entity intended to charge fees of 5,300 for the services which is earned but unbilled. Okay, na-earn na natin pero hindi pa natin nabibill. So, ang tawag dyan ay accrued revenue. Nag-render na tayo ng service pero hindi pa natin sila nabibill. Hindi pa nila tayo nababayaran. Okay? So, kung accrued revenue yan, ano lang yung adjusting entry natin doon? Debit receivable and credit revenue or income. So, ito yung nasa libro natin. So, ang ginamit na accounts ay debit accounts receivable and credit consulting revenues. Yung revenue natin is specific consulting revenue. So, 5,300. Ito, hindi mo nakukuha, hindi ka naman na magkukompute eh. Given na yung amount. So, ano lang ang titingnan mo na lang dyan kung yan ay accrued revenue or accrued expense. So, ikaw ang nag-renter pero hindi mo pa na-bill or hindi ka pa nakakolekta, kaya accrued revenue, debit receivable and credit revenue or income.